we didn't talk about like understanding programming languages or understanding necessarily statistics or anything like that. It was really the lack of data literacy being around like the mindset that just taking things at face value,
Yeah.
not asking questions, not being skeptical when there needs to be. You know, a level of skepticism is required. And that's I immediately went to those sentiments when when you were talking about modeling behavior, because in an organization, if we are to take what we talked about earlier, that people with high data literacy are going to ask questions, they're going to be inquisitive, they're going to poke holes in things, they're not going to take something at face value, then like an organization where you have individuals in leadership positions that have low levels of data literacy, they're going to model a behavior of, well, they say this, so we just do it. We're not going to ask questions. We're not going to be skeptical of the information we're being presented.
Yeah. I mean, I think that really that is the biggest thing, especially when we're talking about organizations as a whole, or even broader, just, large populations of people. When we talk about data literacy, what we're not really talking about, as you mentioned, we're not talking about a really deep understanding of hardcore statistics and how to use all these different statistical models and theories, and, how to use R or Python to pull in your data to build some kind of predictive. We're not talking about any of that. I mean, there's a time and a place for that, and roles where those things are important, but for a broader organization or a population as a whole, those things are not important. What is important is that we're teaching people to be, number one, interested, and recognize, and I'll tell a little backstory here, recognize that data is all around us, and being maybe not skeptical, but critical of the data. That we don't, just because a number is put in front of us, we shouldn't naturally assume that that's the right number, or is telling the right story that the person presenting it is wanting us to hear. To me, that is the most important thing.